What's up? I'm Brianna Ivy, and this is the Hear from a Student podcast. Srijan, how you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing good. How are you?
That's good. I'm good. So, let's start off simple. What's
Okay.
your major? What year are you?
I'm a mechanical engineering student, and I'm a master's student.
Okay.
This is my 5th year at Georgia Tech. I did my undergrad here, and it's my first year in my master's program.
Okay. So, let's go all the way back.
Okay.
Coming into college, why did you choose mechanical engineering, and are you happy with that decision today?
I am very happy with my decision to choose mechanical engineering. I chose it because I wanted to know how things worked, and I feel like after going through Georgia Tech mechanical engineering, I could understand how a lot of things work, pretty much most things I feel like. I've always liked building stuff with my hands, which I now know that more majors do than just mechanical engineering, but when I went into college I didn't know that. Yeah, and I'm pretty happy with it. I think it's a really good program here, and you learn a lot, yeah.
Okay. So at the end of your 4 years as an undergrad mechanical engineer, what made you say, I have not had enough and I want to be a master's student?
So I've always enjoyed learning. I really like learning stuff. And one of the types of jobs I was interested in pursuing was robotics. And a lot of robotics jobs that I found interesting when I was looking for jobs had a master's requirement. So that definitely played a factor. But also I sort of knew that I wanted to learn more advanced concepts, more for myself, honestly, just because I felt like I'd be more valuable later if I was doing a technical role.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good reason. What would you say is your favorite skill or the best skill that you've learned from being a mechanical engineering student? Something that you can use almost anywhere.
I think it's really the problem-solving mindset, the approach. I think this is true of most engineering. It's more than the content. I think it teaches you the content, of course, but it teaches you, how are you going to look at some situation, figure out, what you're going to do and what assumptions you're making when you're going to do that thing, and understand how things kind of work together and interplay. And so I think that sort of ability to look at a system or something, understand what's going on, understand how different things affect each other, I think that's been one of my favorite skills, yeah.
Okay. What's been your favorite project that you worked on since you've been here?
Well, my favorite project is the one I'm working on right now.
Okay, what are you doing right now? Tell me about it.
So I'm working on a neonatal incubator. So that's for babies who are born prematurely. And this began for me as my senior design project during my undergrad. But it began overall about a year ago when one of my professors met this doctor who was from Ghana, and he was here on a fellowship with Emory. And they met, and the doctor was telling him about, the problems in his country and in his clinic, and found that they really needed a low-cost incubator that has a lot of unique design requirements. And our professor sort of started this project, and now I've been working on it for 2 semesters now. And it's it's my favorite project because of a lot of reasons. It feels very inspiring and impactful work. I get to work with a lot of really cool people from very different majors, and I've gotten to learn a lot about different skills that I normally wouldn't learn, and see projects from a much more product standpoint, and not sort of just thinking about my narrow focus, but how's everything going to come together to make something good, really. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. 2 more questions for you.
Okay.
The first one is, we know you love mechanical engineering, but if you were not a mechanical engineer and you were a different kind of engineer, which one would it be and why?
I think it's a tough question. It would either be electrical or computer science.
Okay.
I think the reason I would choose one of those two is I really like algorithms and like kind of seeing like, you know, going off of robotics, like how to make a machine kind of smart. And I think I would learn a lot about that sort of stuff in computer science and like be able to do like microcontrollers and like hardware. And then on the other hand, I really like electronics because that also plays into microcontrollers and hardware. Yeah, and so
And you've been doing a lot of our wiring.
I'm currently doing some wiring. My electrical engineering curriculum is following me right here.
Okay, last question. I'm gonna let you pick which question you answer. There are
Okay.
two. These are kind of fun.
All
The
right.
first question is, you're on a deserted island.
Okay.
Help is gonna come, but not yet. So you find a box labeled mechanical engineer.
Okay.
What do you hope is in that box that will help you survive for another week based on your major?
This is a cool question.
Or the other question is, what fictional character do you think you could replace in its universe based on your knowledge?
Based on my knowledge. Well, for some reason, and this is way out of proportion, the first thing that came to mind was something from Back to the Future.
Okay.
Although that guy is wicked crazy, so no. But I think the deserted island question, all right, so to survive, I need like some clean water, some ability to get food or cook food.
Okay.
So I would say probably like something that would let me filter water.
Okay. Do you
Or
think you
like-
could build that?
Could I build something that would let me filter water?
Yeah.
Like maybe.
Okay.
Maybe some really fine like cloth or something
Okay.
like that. And then something to let me start a fire.
Okay.
And some rope. I mean, I could build myself a shelter with some rope.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Drew.
All right.
Srijan,
What's up?
what is the most challenging part you think, the most challenging part about being a mechanical engineering student?
The most challenging part about being a mechanical engineer, I think that it is the breadth of courses that we take. They cover a lot of different topics, and really trying to understand all those topics well is pretty hard just because it's like some of them are not really related to others at all. And so it's like, yeah, it's a lot of stuff to learn.
And yesterday you also mentioned that you wanted to do something that was hands-on, but when you got to college you realized that more majors than just mechanical have a hands-on aspect. So what is it about mechanical engineering that is different from others, maybe say civil engineering or something like that, and why did you choose to stay with mechanical engineering?
So I actually, when I started college as mechanical, and I got exposed to a lot of computer science stuff here. And I was really thinking about switching to computer science, but I think the reason I stayed mechanical is I knew I wouldn't get that breadth anywhere else, and I am not necessarily the type of person who wants to super specialize in one thing. I really like knowing how things work together, and so that sort of breadth is kind of why I stay with mechanical engineering.